Hey guys, so your assignment that's due tomorrow or at the end of the hour if you finish is the first page of the yellow worksheet. You're going to do 1 through 27 odd, and then on the second page of the yellow worksheet you're going to do 1 through 21 odd. That's what the homework is. If you want to do any of the other ones, meaning the evens, or on the second worksheet, 23 to 28, I did not assign. But if you want to do any of those, I'll give you extra credit for those. There's just too many in here. So, first of all, I'm not going to do all these. I'm just going to kind of tell you what to do. So have the yellow packet out. We're just going to write some prompts on here so you don't get stuck since I'm not here. Remember, when we're adding and subtracting, we can only combine like terms. And with our roots, that means we can only combine like roots. Like we can only add root 6 with root 6. But when we do, say, do root 6 plus root 6, it doesn't give us root 12. It gives us 2 root 6s. So we need to combine our like terms and then simplify. So in the first 6, that's all you're going to do. You're just going to say -9 of those plus 10 more of those makes 1 of those. Or you could just say root 15 and make sure that's simplified with it, which it is, and it's done. Now once we hit number 8, what you need to do is you need to notice that although these roots are not the same, you need to simplify first. So for number 8, I'd leave -2 root 3 as is, but I'd recognize that that 27 has a perfect square in it of 9. And I would break it into root 9 times root 3. And then what I do is I notice that my perfect square's root right here is 3. So I really have my -2 root 3 that I could do nothing with, plus 3 times 3, or 9 root 3's. And now I'm back up to this kind where I've got what we'd call like terms or like roots. So if I have -2 root 3's and I go up 9 root 3, I end up with 7 root 3's. So on this first page, it's all about combining like terms. But remember, once you hit number 8 on, you need to simplify your roots first so you can spot those like terms. So what I'd like you to do is go to the next page and go to the very last one, number 27, and we'll work through that one together. And remember, you're doing 1 through 27, the odds on this first sheet. So when I'm on number 27, it doesn't matter how many radicals I'm adding up. In this case, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. I still need to simplify them all so I can spot my like terms or my like roots. So on number 27, the -3 stays out front. In 45, I need to spot that perfect square of a 9, and I break it up. Then I go to the next one, and the 2 stays out front, and I spot that root 12 has a 4 in it, and I break it into root 4 times root 3. Then I move on to the next one, and I try, but I can't, simplify it, because root 6 does not contain any perfect squares within it. And then I go to the last one, and the 3 stays out front, and it doesn't matter if you move into the evens, those are extra credits, so if you need to take up more space, or if you want to do this on a separate sheet of paper, maybe it'd be wise to do the extra credit on a separate sheet, just so you can run your odds over there into the workspace. So let's say that if you're going to do the evens, let's do this. If you're going to do the evens for extra credit, put them on a separate sheet. That'll help with my grading also. So once you're done with the odds, take out a blank sheet of paper. There's some up on the front table by that pink bucket if you don't have any. And you can put the evens on a separate sheet. Any extra credit I'd need by tomorrow also. So anyway, I'm on my last term here, and I've got the root 20, which I need to spot has a perfect square of 4 in it. So then I'm going to go simplify all these perfect squares. I chose them because I know their roots, so I'm going to go take their roots. I've got the -3 that's still out front, and then square root of 9 is 3. I've got the 2 still out front, but the square root of 4 is 2. It's a weird 2, sorry about that. My 3 root 6 gets no better. So on my end here, I've got this 3, square root of 4 is 2. And I'm going to go multiply all that out. So right here, I've got -9 root 5's plus 4 root 3s plus 3 root 6s. This term never got any better than it was, minus 6 root 5s. So when I go and get all my like terms rounded up here, I don't have anything to go with the root 5s, so that goes in my answer. I have negative 9 root 5s and no more. I've got 4 root 3. Oh, I lied. I do have more root 5s at the end. Sorry about that. Let's go fix that up. I just spotted it. I've got negative 9 root 5s, and then I'm going down 6 more root 5s. So I'd be at negative 15 root 5 is in my answer. And then I've got 4 root 3s. That has nobody to go with, so I say plus 4 root 3. And lastly, I've got that 3 root 6 that I couldn't do anything with. And that's the answer to number 27. And so what I'd like you to do next, sorry, my phone's ringing, is go to the next worksheet. And your assignment's going to be, sorry, you can hear my phone ringing in the background, I apologize, but I'm not going to start a new video. So on this worksheet again, you're going to do 1 through 21, the odd. And if you're going to do the evens for extra credit, again, do them on a separate sheet. So you can quit when you get to number 21, odd. And on this one, we're reviewing a little bit of multiplication. So remember, when we multiply and divide, we play a game of both in, both out. If they're both inside the root, you can multiply them. If they're both outside, you can multiply them. So we're just going to go do this one, number 7, together. Everything's under the root, so it all can get multiplied together. 15 times 10 is 150. N squared times n to the third would make 5n's under the root. And then I need to go simplify that, meaning I need to find my perfect squares that are hiding under that root. It should be pretty clear to you which perfect square is in 150. It's got a very obvious 25 in it, and that 25 is in there 6 times. So you're going to want to break that into root 25, root 6, or you can just write it like that, root 25 times 6. We've been working with the variables a lot, and some of you have been kind of goofing up on those, so I'm going to write it out in all its full glory. Remember, every 2 of them, when you take the square root, pops out an n, or the square root of x squared is x. So if you want to split it into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's totally legal. I know some of you have used the shortcut for that, but just so you can see what we're doing. We're pulling out every perfect square. And the square root of 25 is 5. The square root of 6, nobody knows, so it's going to stay under the root. The square root of n squared is n. Square root of n squared is n. So 2 of them come out. And under the root, the 6 and another n stay in. Remember the shortcut for the variables, though? We're trying to figure out how many groups of 2 go into 5. And we say, well, that's 2, but there'd be 1 left over. And so that's why 2 go out and 1 stays in. So for multiplication and division, which I don't have any division on this worksheet, but we do, if they're in, and we multiply them. If they're out, we multiply them outside. So then I'm going to do 2 more on this page. And remember, I told you you could stop when you get to number 21 or move on for extra credit. So we do 1 through 21 odd on this one. Remember, for these, we distribute. We're going to distribute. We're going to distribute. And on this kind right here, actually, I'm going to change the assignment. I'd like you to go to number 23, only because I want you to at least do 2 of them where you have to FOIL. So when we're doing these, I'll just do 1 of them for you. I think I'll just do, I'm going to do number 22, even though it's not assigned. I want you to do these 2 on your own. Remember, for these, the 2 by 2s, we FOIL them. So we're going to do firsts. And we've got 5 times negative 2 is negative 10. We're going to do outside. And remember, this is 1 in, 1 out. So we call that plus 5 root 5. We can't multiply them together when 1's in, 1's out. On the inside here, I've got a negative times a negative, which gives me a positive. 4 and 2 are both out, so I can multiply them. So I'd have 8 root 5. And on my last terms right here, I've got negative 4 times 1, or just minus 4. And then root 5 times root 5, they're both in. I can multiply them. I consider it root 5 squared, which is 5, or I can consider it root 25, which is 5. But there's my first, outside, inside, last. And now I only need to clean it up. I've got negative 10 plus 5 root 5s plus 8 root 5s minus 20. And so when I combine my like terms, I'm at negative 10 down 20. I'm 30 in the hole. And then for my root 5s, I've got 5 of them. And I'm going up 8 of them, which gives me 13 of them. So make sure you write 13 root 5, not 13 root 10. Also be careful that you don't try to add those up because these are not root 5s, it's just negative 30. So that one's done. So again, just to repeat, you're going to work the rest of the hour on the first page, 1 through 27, odd. On the second page, 1 through 23, odd. Then you can take out a blank sheet of paper and you can do the extra credits or any of the ones down from here on down. You can do the evens for extra credit and the rest of that worksheet for extra credit. So go ahead and work on that, and we'll see you tomorrow, guys. You have a great day. It's so sad that I'm at Valley Fair when you're stuck at school. It's just not fair, is it?